Elohim and Yahweh, the fateful unification that rewrote sacred history. Have you ever wondered why in the Bible God is sometimes all-powerful, all-knowing, the creator of the universe, yet at other times becomes jealous, angry, and commands the slaughter of entire peoples? Why a being called absolute love would demand that humans fear him? And more importantly, why in the ancient Hebrew texts God does not have a single name? Elohim, Yahweh. Two names, two personalities, two origins. Yet through a very subtle historical process, they were merged into one and called by a single word: God. Today, we are not discussing belief. We are talking about edited history. Part 1. Contradictions in the text. Let us return to the very first line of Genesis. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, but Elohim. In ancient Hebrew, Elohim is a plural noun. And then the most controversial sentence appears: let us create mankind in our image. Not I, but us. Yet only a few passages later, another figure steps onto the stage. Yahweh Elohim, a God who is very human. He forms Adam from dust, walks in the Garden of Eden, becomes angry, punishes. The same book, but two completely different types of divinity. Part 2. Two traditions, two worldviews. After the reign of King Solomon, the kingdom of Israel was divided. The north, Israel, centered in Samaria. The south, Judah, centered in Jerusalem. The north preserved more ancient traditions. They used the name Elohim, abstract, universal, less personalized. The south was different. Yahweh became central, a tribal protector God, bound to law, covenant, and absolute loyalty. Most importantly, Judah's Yahweh tolerated no rivals. Two kingdoms, two theologies, two understandings of God. Part 3. The victors rewrite Revelation. In 722 BCE, the northern kingdom of Israel was destroyed by Assyria. 10 tribes vanished from history. Only Judah remained. And from this point on, Judah became the only one left with the authority to tell the story. The priests of Judah gathered older traditions, but did not preserve them intact. They edited, standardized, restructured theology. And the decisive step occurred. Elohim was merged into Yahweh, not erased, but redefined. From this point on, Yahweh is Elohim. There is only one God. Plurality became monotheism. Multiple sources became exclusivity. This was not a conspiracy, but a familiar historical process. Yet the price was high. Ancient layers of meaning were sealed away. Part 4. Religion and power. What does a threatened people need most? An identity, a law, and one God. You shall have no other gods before me. This is not only revelation, it is a declaration of power. One God, one temple, one authority to define right and wrong. From here on, religion no longer simply connected humans to the sacred. It became the operating system of society. Part 5. Esoteric and Ancient Civilization Perspectives. From the perspective of ancient esoteric traditions, one thing must be clarified. Elohim was not understood as God in later religious terms. In many ancient traditions, Elohim resembled a council of creators rather than a single supreme being. They were described as advanced intelligences, participating in the formation of life, then withdrawing from direct rule. They did not build temples for themselves. They did not demand constant obedience. They did not punish disobedience. Their role ended with creation, not control. This understanding appears not only in Hebrew texts, but across many ancient civilizations. Divine councils in Mesopotamian traditions, architect beings in ancient cultures, creators who did not rule in ancient mythologies. The common point: creation does not equal domination. Yahweh, however, is different. In the texts, Yahweh appears as a clearly personified entity, with will, with emotion, with direct reactions to human behavior. Yahweh does not merely establish order, but intervenes directly in history, demands loyalty, and draws clear boundaries between belonging and exclusion. Many ancient traditions understood Yahweh as a powerful being within a larger system, not necessarily the ultimate creator of the entire universe, and it is here. That history makes a decisive shift. Yahweh's role is elevated from a national protector God to the sole creator of all existence. This transformation did not happen overnight. It was the result of centuries of theological standardization, where older layers of meaning gradually faded, and a single divine image was placed at the center. What is most striking is this: when the roles of creator and ruler are fused into one, humanity also changes how it sees itself. From beings marked by creation, humans become subjects to be managed. Part 6. Spiritual Consequences for Humanity. When Elohim, as a council of creation, faded from collective memory, humanity did not just lose a concept of divinity, it lost the awareness of belonging to a greater order of existence. Before this, humans were understood as participants in creation, bearing the imprint of what formed the universe. But when creative agency was removed from humanity and concentrated entirely in an external being, a deep psychological shift occurred, from participation to dependence, from companionship to submission. Rather than being seen as evolving beings, humans were defined through sin, deficiency, the need for forgiveness. Fear became the foundation of the relationship with the sacred. Fear of wrongdoing, fear of punishment, fear of exclusion. And within such a structure, the question is no longer, who am I? But, am I accepted? Humans are no longer encouraged to understand their own nature, but to conform to a predefined model. From co-creators, they become sheep, not because humanity is weak, but because the story they were taught changed. And when a story is repeated long enough, it no longer feels like belief, but like self-evident truth. A call to awakening. If you have ever felt that something is not quite right, not because you lack faith, but because the pieces do not fit together, then perhaps the problem is not you. Throughout history, the most dangerous truths are not dangerous because they are false, but because once understood, people are no longer easily led. Not everything hidden is a lie, but every system of power requires a simple story to govern a complex reality. When history is rewritten, truth is not erased. It is selectively remembered. And what is lost most of all is not a God, but the memory that humanity was once more than obedient subjects. If your heart feels heavy, not from fear, but from a very ancient recognition, then perhaps you are not opposing God. You are touching a layer of history deeper than religion. If you want to continue uncovering the layers of edited history, the gods that were redefined, and the stories never taught in temples. Follow this channel, leave a comment, and share. Not to convince anyone, but to give light more space to exist. Because truth does not need belief. It only needs to be seen clearly. And this journey is not for everyone. But if you are here, perhaps you are ready to remember.